This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster along, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Forget the things you probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard time, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
All right. What up, though? What's up, everybody? Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Thank you for showing up, man, to this impromptu Spike Kool-Aid. I know it's been a minute since I've been on doing Lion stuff, and I've been making Pistons video. So shout out to the Pistons, man. Got to keep that schedule. Got to keep that season alive, man, with a win today. So I will be watching that at 7 o'clock. I hope you guys are too. Shout out to the comment section. We got Will I Am. What up, what up? Braylon. Anthony in the building. Lupe, what up, though? Derek, what's up? Q Ball, what up, though? What's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Tyler says, Derek, keep an unknown banger playing. Well, if you played Spider-Man Miles Morales, then you would know this song. Shout out to Lecrae, man. Shout out to Lecrae. I didn't even know who Lecrae was until this song. What up? What's up, everybody? All right, so let me get the first thing out of the way. There's a couple things I want to talk about. This is heavy on me, so I feel like there are certain things, like you can ask my wife, man. I just can't keep certain things in. So I saw a notification, and I want y'all to know this is all love with these individuals. There is no animosity. There's no beef. I'm as an older man in this space. Like I got gray hairs popping up in my head. You know what I'm saying? I got to put some rewinded in my beard. So I'm seasoned in this space, right? And I've seen a lot of things happen. I'm a little, hold on, my son is texting me. Okay. All right. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. All right. Hopefully that worked. Okay. Yes, Will. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So I want to make sure that I say this with love. I am not. There's no beef. There's no animosity. I'm slightly disappointed, even though it does not matter. You know what I mean? Like, but I gotta get this off my chest. So the Crunch Time Sports guys are going back to Woodward Sports, and they're going back to Woodward, and they are doing a afternoon show. I guess they're gonna do the afternoon slot from 11 to 1. And if you guys don't know, Woodward Sports has new ownership. I do not believe they're on Woodward anymore. They look to be in a different studio, and I'm kind of disappointed in the Crunch Time guys. I mean, not that it matters, but I'm disappointed, man. They got thrown away. I understand that was different ownership, but they got thrown away, and they're going back to Woodward. But that's not the worst part. To me, the worst part is you were building something on your own. And I think a lot of people, and it makes me sad because I have lost friends in this space because of, and I'm not saying anything about the Crunch Sports guys. Like I don't know their situation, but I have lost friends in this space, or guys that I considered to be friends, because they wanted to be better than me. Right. And I believe that the fellas are so much more than Woodward Sports. They were doing a tremendous job by themselves. And I don't know the situation. I'm sure they're getting paid to be on Woodward and all that stuff. And I don't know if Adam is coming back. I have no idea. I do talk to Adam occasionally. I don't know if he's coming back though. But I'm disappointed because I feel like people don't realize the power they have. They don't like. There's no place I would rather be than with you guys being like the engine behind my show, right? So, but what I liked in the comment, and I don't comment on their stuff a lot, but I went in and left a comment in their post. I saw most of the comment section was disappointed. They were disappointed because not only how Woodward Sports treated them, but the fact that it kind of feels selloutish, right? And the crazy part is I want a studio. I would love to eventually get a studio. I've had people reach out to me to want to invest in the brand, and I have respectfully declined because I want to see what I can build on my own. And watching this space mature from the Pat McAfees, the I Am Athletes, like this is the future. I mean, Woodward Sports is on YouTube, right? Everybody has a pot. I just feel like they had so much potential, and they still do. But to go back there, and even though they're partnering with Woodward, it's still Woodward show. Like I don't know what they're gonna do during that time gap, and I hope they don't abandon their channel. I don't know if they're doing the late show anymore, but I feel like I don't think the fellas understand their worth. And that's one thing I understand. I understand my worth. I understand that I am so I'm worth so much that people don't want to deal with me. I have my own voice. Not to say that Woodward won't let them have their own voice, but I have my own voice. I get to do what I want to do. I get to say what I want to say. I am my own boss, so to speak, right? And I just feel like that the fellas, although they see what they built, I don't think they truly believed in what they built. Because if they truly believed in what they built, I think they would have respectfully declined whatever. Or maybe it's a partnership. I mean, maybe they're getting a bunch of money. I have no idea. It's none of my business. But as an older man in this space, I'm probably at least 20 good years older than all of them guys over there. I just feel like that they were doing so well on themselves. They built Crunch Time Sports. They did that, and that came from being outcast from Woodward, and now they're going. So I don't know, man. I just hate to see people sell themselves short. You know what I mean? And I'll say this, and then I'll move on. Pat McAfee, ESPN came to Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee said, "Listen, I'm gonna be me," and I don't really care for Pat McAfee like that. He is a pioneer in what we do. Like, he was one of the first people to do it, and you had like the I Am Athlete. Pat McAfee started in a little mobile truck. It was like a mobile truck in a parking lot. Like, he started in this little itty bitty space where they had to go outside to use the bathroom. It was crazy. But he understood his worth. And he said, when I came, look, if you want me, if ESPN, if Disney wants me, then this is how we have to do things. Not only are you going to pay me, I'm going to have my show. I'll give you your 2 hours. And then after that, we doing everything I want to do. Right. So they made a compromise, and hopefully Jeff and stuff they're doing that. But I have seen these fellas. I saw them on Woodward when they first started. I saw Woodward, although different ownership, discard them. I saw, and I just feel like a lot of people, they give up on themselves too easy. And I just hope that for the sake of their crunch time people, that they do not abandon them, because crunch time is what it is. People don't understand the power that you give us, right? You give us a certain power. Here it is, that Syndicate Sports Detroit was built all by me. You know what I'm saying? And the people on this channel. And we're about to hit 6,300. You know what I'm saying? One day we'll be at 10. One day we'll be at 50. Right? I'm looking for Tigers people. I'm looking for Pistons people. I'm looking for Red Wings people. I'm looking for, the WNBA is going to get a Detroit team. We by 2029, I want to be talking about them. Right? So anyway, that's where I was. It's all love to the fellas. I got no issue or anything. It's their decision, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that they went back, because they didn't have to. They were doing just fine on their own. So anyway, that's that. Hopefully they don't abandon crunch time. So I have no idea, and I'm not talking bad about the fellas. I just I'm disappointed, because I watched them get outcast. I watched them build themselves, and it takes a lot. Y'all have no idea how hard it is to grow here. It is very difficult. I watch other channels, and Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City, Green Bay. Detroit is small, man. For me to have 33,000 is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Because it is very difficult. If we won a Super Bowl, I have no doubt. I probably could grow 30,000 in a year if we won a Super Bowl. Like that's what it's going to take for Detroit Lions content creators to grow. Well, Braylon, I don't know. But so I know I saw their post. They went back to Woodward. I don't know if they're doing the late show, but they're gonna. I think they took their show to Woodward, and I don't like that, bro. Look, I don't matter. I do not matter in any of this. I'm just disappointed, because when I tell y'all I want to build something for y'all, I'm not kidding. If I came into some money right now, I would probably go rent or invest in a studio. Like, I'm not even kidding. And it wouldn't be my studio. I'm good down here, but there's things I want to do. I want to interview people. I want to have people. I want to give other people opportunities to make content. Like, so if I inherited some money, that's what I would do with it. I would talk to my wife. She already knows I want to do this. And the crazy part is when Crunch Time and them left Woodward, I was like, man, if I ever built something, I would love to have the fellas on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's their decision. They made it. I'm just, as a guy who has really not had any handouts. I've always been on the outside looking in. Think about this. Nobody has ever invited me on their show. You don't see me on anyone's shows, like, at all. So that's that. Let me see. What up, Ned? What's up, Alpha? So shout out Woodward, though. It's a good media platform. Yes, it's a great media platform. That's not, well, now it is but let me just say this about Woodward. The early stages of Woodward, it seemed as though they came in, right? They were new to YouTube. They came in, what they did is and this is why I don't watch them, because to me, and maybe I'll give them a new shot with the new ownership, but what they did is I watched it happen, because I was already in this space. They came in and they would ask they promised some Detroit Lions content creator shows. And what they did is they used the already existing fan base of Detroit Lions content, or Detroit content creators, to build their platform. And that was been my issue from number one. So that's my thing. But when you have money backing you up, you can do that. But again, this is no knock on those guys, man. They did what was best for them, and it's none of my business. It was on my heart, man. I felt like I needed to say it. I would rather lower my cost of living and be self-employed than grind hard for another man to make money. You know what, Salty? That's where I'm at. Like, I am the platform, the way YouTube has given me a platform and giving multiple people a platform is astonishing. It really is, man. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be one of the top Detroit Lions content creators on the internet, that I would have a photo, for 2 seconds on Netflix and stuff like that. There's a guy that I talked to. His name is Kool. He runs How About Those Chiefs? And he was on a Netflix show called Chiefsaholic. and it's about the super fan that wind up committing robberies and stuff like that. He had a legit, like he was legitly interviewed and stuff, not like a picture for 2 seconds, but Netflix reached out to him, NFL fan, and did a whole thing about Chiefsaholic. And I'm like, dang, and Kool is also independent. So it really kind of, I love the fact that that YouTube has given me this platform to be, to not have to worry about what the Lions think of me, because I don't care, right? They don't pay me. They don't dictate what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm sure they have their friends too. They probably miss them. No, nothing happened, Dolo. Just Booner and Jeff went back to Woodward. They're going to start Monday, and they're going to do a show from 11 to 1. I don't know what's going to happen to Crunch Time Sports as far as the content over there and the live streams and stuff like that. I was just saying I was disappointed. Not that it matters, and not that I matter, and not that my opinion matters, but I watched these guys. I saw how Woodward treated them. I watched, and I believe in what they were building so much because of what YouTube has done for me, what you guys have done for me, what standing on your own can do for you, right? So I'm just disappointed at that, seeing them do that. Dolomite says they shouldn't have went back. Maybe a Super Bowl. Nick Truth, who wins tonight? Man. Okay, D-Mac is retiring. Wait, who's D-Mac? Damian, not Damian. What's Darren McCarthy? Oh, he's retiring. How do you feel about this current roster, Derek? God Monkey, you know what? I don't know. I need to see it. So where is Big D going? You know what? Forever, I don't know. I don't watch, so I don't know. I know that they've had the changes. I know that Jeff used to be on. You had the morning thing with Adam, and then Adam left, and then Jeff left, and then they had the morning show. So I have no idea. I don't watch. So, they pop up in my feed. I don't watch. But anyway, that was it was more of a love letter to Jeff and Booner. Like I said, I have no issue with those guys. I think they do good work. They were building something, and I think that they should have kept doing that. That's just me. They could have been Woodward Sports. I look at myself like Syndicate Sports Detroit. We are going to be something. I promise you that. Right now, it's all on me, but we've got, we're going to build something here. We're going to build something. By the time I'm 50, 55, we're building something here. So I appreciate you guys being a part of that. Sean and them done. I have no idea. Darren McCarty is going on the golf field. He's going to be the manager, but not to speak at shows anymore. Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. Sean and Neil in the morning. Okay. So I know they're doing some shuffling as well. I think with this year's schedule, we will see how good Dan Campbell truly is. All right, so let's get into that. Let's get into the schedule. If you guys don't know, I just dropped a video on Lion Syndicate about my season tickets, and I did receive them. I was wondering, there's a certain excitement to being a season ticket holder. Like, this is my first time, and I've had people almost every year. There's been at least one season ticket holder to reach out to me. I've had some. There's a guy that lives in Indiana, okay, and is a season ticket holder. A season ticket holder. Him and his son drive to the games from Indiana. It's not that far, but for me, it seems preposterous because I've always, instead of 4 hours, I live less than 40 minutes. Like, and it's only 40 minutes because I have to take the street. If there was a freeway close to where I am, if 96 was close to me or 94 was close to me, it would take me 20 minutes. But because I take 4 road all the way down, I take Ford Road to Wyoming. I make a right on Wyoming. I make an immediate left on Michigan. I take Michigan to the parking structure of wherever I pay to park, and I walk to Ford Field. Like, so I'm officially a season ticket holder, man. It's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to doing it, and I will be having plus ones. So I will say this, all right. I don't know about what's happening with Woodward. I just know what I like kind of pieced together. I don't know. So Woodward Sports has had an ownership change. The guy that used to run it is not run it. It was bought out by someone else. I don't know who this new guy is. I have no idea. I know that they're moving. I know that they seem to be in a different location already. They're not in the same, they don't have the same studio set up. It's different. And what I heard from Maz was people were wondering, was Maz going to return or was he part of the reshuffle? So I have no idea. I love them. I love them far. But shout out to Will with the super chat, says, Derek, you should live stream the Pistons game tonight. You know what, bro? I think that what I'll do is I might do it. I don't know. Because me and my wife watch them. Me and my wife, and I kind of want to give her something because everything else I do is online. Like immediately after the game is over, I make a video. So I'm trying to, it's something that we do together. So, but I appreciate the super chat. Will, thank you, man. What up? What up, Aaron? What's good with you, bro? Just moved to Detroit, dog. Hey, Aaron. Seriously, bro? Hey, you moved here at the perfect time, my brother. Because I got season tickets. So all of my season tickets dropped in the same, like I got them all. And what's going to happen is, since the Lions would have had 9 home games, regular season games, we had 1 preseason game as far as at Ford Field. Now, I was thinking about this. I had such a good time at the Hall of Fame game. I was like, dang, Derek, should you go back to the Hall of Fame game, right? It's not going to be the Lions, and that's why I went. But it was an experience, and I don't know about y'all, man, but I miss the season when it's over. Like it's very costly. It's very, sometimes my body actually hurts. You know what I'm saying? These drives are long, but when it's over, you miss it. Like you long for it. You know what I mean? Here it is that I was like, I'm never driving anywhere else, and I was in a car to Kansas City just like that. You know what I'm saying? So drove all through the night. I swear I saw a wolf or something crossing the street. It was foggy. Like I couldn't see 50 feet in front of me. It was crazy. But I went, we lost, but I had a great time and met some great people. And so it's so many things that I want to do this year. Buffalo is, if I'm feeling some type of way about the tickets, but also I'm saying, Derek, this is an experience that is probably going to rival Kansas City. Like, do you want to not go? But so I'm trying to figure out how to get there. You know what I mean? I can pay the money, but I'm just like, to see these people charging $700 for the nosebleed. I saw $3,000. I mean, they're astronomical. So but I am considering going to the Buffalo game, because I feel like Buffalo is Kansas City. You got to go at least once. You have to go at least. And then I'll be like, every time we play Buffalo. Plus, how many times are we going to play Buffalo in the spring, in like the fall? You know what I mean? Because I am not going in January. You would never see me in Buffalo, anywhere outside. I'm not even going to the Bears game. But the preseason games, I found out, because I missed this yesterday. So we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and I was going to go there last year. So we got the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a 3-hour drive. And then we got the Indianapolis Colts. That's another 3-4. I'm like, so I might go to those games and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then make videos when I come back. So I'm excited about it. Let me see. What time? Take the time for you and your wife. Absolutely. Fair enough. I gotta have time for the wife. Yeah, you know what, man? Plus basketball moves so fast. So I would have to like call the plays and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's something that her and I do. But if she ever stops watching the games or something like that, then maybe. Aaron, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Ford Field is going to be rocking all season long. My dad had lung cancer, and I think we will be able to go to a game in October. William, is he clear of that? But man, I'm glad that he is better from that. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. How y'all doing? We are Syndicate Sports Detroit is still a thing. Spike Kool-Aid is still a thing, but we have, so the lineup on this show is probably going to be, I don't know if I'll go live every day, but we'll be here with Spike Kool-Aid. And then we've got the Honolulu Blue guys. They joined the network and they're doing a couple things. We have Syndicats Live 365. That will be a later show, Syndicats Live podcast. That will be going on at least 3 days a week during the season. So we're just on a kind of a intermediate hiatus because of, Mike got some things going on and it's nothing to talk about. So, but we will be back during the season. So Pistons content will continue during the off season. So I'm tapped into that now. I really got to get tapped into, the press conferences and stuff like that. So when the fan meetup at Cedar Point, that's a good idea, bro. That's a good idea. Maybe I should do something like that. Something like that. I honestly save up for the home playoff game if we look good in the midseason. Okay, well, so here's how, I guess, again, this is my first year being a season ticket holder. So, but I was on the wait list. So apparently what happens is, so the preseason counts as the regular season. So each NFL team gets 10 games. you get if you have, so like the NFC has 9 home games this year, but we only have 8 because we go to Germany as one of the 9 home games. So the season package is 10 games. It includes the preseason games and the home games. So you either get 2 preseason games if you have 8 regular season games, home games. In this case, we have 1 preseason game because we lost the game to Germany. So next year it'll be 2 preseason, 8 regular season. This year is 1 preseason, 9 regular season. When the playoffs hit, and I know this because I was getting emails about it, the playoffs is almost like a different season altogether. You have to opt in for the playoffs. Now, from my experience on the wait list, you opt in for the entire the entire playoff. So like, let's say, I think when the Lions had the first seed, you opted in for all the possible games, which would have been the second or the divisional and the conference. And I think you pay for them. You know what I'm saying? So this has become a new bill for me. There's no break. There's no break at all. I'm assuming the only break that I could see was February, because you renew in March, and then if they make the playoffs, you pay a separate fee in January. So I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? He has stage 3, and half his lung taken out surgery. Right now he's going through radiation. Wow, bro. Wow, man. What's my thoughts on Moore? I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him. Man, Will, that's tough, bro. That's tough. I would ask some more questions, but I'm just glad he's doing well. I'm glad he's doing well. All right. So let's get into it, man. Let's get in. We did all the housekeeping stuff. Oh, I got to do one housekeeping thing. I got to take the glasses off of this one. Oh, those are the wrong glasses anyway. I got to do some housekeeping. So it's been a while since I've been on, and you guys know that I've done a video on Lion Syndicate about a particular creator. And that creator is Rocked On Podcast Network, and he is absolutely diabolically losing his mind. That's the word of the week, by the way. Diabolical. He's losing his mind. He's in my comment section. He's in everybody's comment section. There have been 3 videos made by a creator that have exposed some alleged fraud that this guy is in. He is losing his mind. So he is in my comment section, losing his mind. All right. So hopefully this saga ends soon, but I have a feeling it's just getting started. I do, because this guy is a Looney Tune. He's something is wrong with him. So anyway, now that I've done that and we got the housekeeping out the way, let's talk about how this is going to, you know what, Salty? We could have had him, and I am trying to give this whole thing a chance. I didn't, you know what, man? I didn't even care. Like I've seen some things going around. So Ray Agnew had been interviewed by the Giants for their general manager position, I think it was. So if he goes over there, I will definitely make a video about it. But I just haven't been in the headspace to make a video. Like, I've been watching the Pistons and enjoying the Pistons. I've been watching the NBA and enjoying the NBA. I have even began watching the WNBA. That's where I'm. And it has been so great to tap out, to take a break from the Detroit Lions. I'm not even going to lie. I have been straight tapped out. When I get off here, my wife and I are going to go walking, and I'm just like, oh, this is life when you're not consumed by the Detroit Lions. And I think them missing the playoffs helped that up. It helped it, man. Everybody, the numbers are different for everyone. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm like, Ruben Bain, I saw the whole Brad tried to trade up thing. I'm like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to make a video about it, but I'm like, nah, the Pistons play. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm there. So, but let me see. Vikings, he's spamming everyone comment section, but low-key crazy how much time he has. Bro, Fave, I've seen that, bro. But he had the audacity to show up in mine. So I'll screenshot at them joints. So, because he has a knack of going back to delete them. So yeah, we just getting started. We just getting started. Yo, D, what's your thoughts on the Lions having the 6th easiest schedule this year? You know what? Let's talk about it. But we will. It's been a minute, but we back, man. And the Detroit Lions, somebody in the comment section, shout out to Aaron. He said, what's your thoughts on the Lions having the sixth easiest schedule this year? Well, I think it shows in the schedule, but as far as the record prediction. But I'm more intrigued about Warren Sharp and the numbers that he put together based not only off win-loss record, but off of moves that the teams have made versus moves that teams other factors that go into it. And he gave the Detroit Lions the easiest schedule. And we went over that schedule the other day in the live stream reaction, and I'll give you my thoughts on where I think we're going to be in a different video. But how do I feel about it? I mean, easy is relative, I guess. It's, what happens last year is last year, and the Lions have to prove themselves this year. What I don't want it to do is I don't want it to give the fans a false sense of security. We know what this team needs to do. This team, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Brad Holmes said in a press conference, he was actually interviewed by the Lions, and I meant to make a video about this, and I might, if I get tapped back into the Lions, if I really lock back in and start making videos, I might make a video about it. But he mentioned about how he had to change, that something needed to change. And we saw that with him drafting Derek Moore. Now, he could have drafted up for Ruben Bain just a couple picks later, but he chose not to do that. But he did do something he hadn't done in years. He took, as a matter of fact, that he hadn't done before. And he took an edge rusher, a certified edge rusher, the highest position ever outside of Aiden Hutchinson. So Aiden went at 2, Josh Paschal went at 46, Derek Moore went at 44. And the Lions were sitting at 50. They didn't think they were going to have a chance to get him, so they moved up. And Brad talked about what we know that the Lions are looking for, intangibles, work ethic, all of that stuff. And that Derek Moore, he said, as a matter of fact, he said on, he being Brad on the podcast, that Derek Moore, he either said Derek Moore was the best edge rusher that they had, marked, like, or the best player that they had, like after Blake Miller. So as far as the schedule, I don't want that means nothing to me, because if the Lions cruise into the playoffs, if you want to use the word cruise, what are they going to do when they get there? What seed are they going to be? And we saw this team was 15-2, and they went against some tough opponents. They lost to the Bills. I think they lost in week 2 and like week 14. And they got to the playoffs and didn't win a game. So if the easy schedule is it going to get them ready for the playoffs? Because the goal is still the same. The goal is to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the goal. The goal is not to get back in the playoffs. I mean, of course, you got to win the Super Bowl to get there, but we expect that to happen. We expect it for the past 2 seasons, an NFC Championship game. Not only did we not win a playoff, we have not won a playoff game since the NFC Championship. Think about that. We have not, since the moment of we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and we go to the NFC Championship game, we have not won a playoff game. And just like that, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. So easy schedule means nothing. They can go 17-0. They can go 17-0. They can go 13-4. They can go 15-2. They can go 14-3. None of that matters. If they get the first seed, we've seen that before. If we get the third seed, we've seen that. What are they? Can they win? The first question I have is, can they make it out the divisional round? The wild card round, the divisional round, can they get back to where they were in 2023? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So if we aren't at least getting back to the NFC Championship game, it's irrelevant. That's how I feel. I'm judging the Lions based on division opponents and the Bills game. Well, we'll be going over that a little later, but I agree. Because if we look back at last season, and I don't know how many people were saying this, like, I can tell you what I miss about the offseason. I miss being able to tell you guys, like, what I miss about the season is being able to tell you guys the brutal truth. And that is, if you look back at last year, the Lions didn't beat anybody. And what I mean by that is they did not beat, if my memory serves me correctly, we beat, at the time that we played them, there were only 3 teams that were 500 or better. The Ravens and 2 other teams. Even when we lost to the Chiefs, they were under 500. They were under 500. They would have been 2-4 had we beat them. but they beat us, and I think they went to 3-3. So the Lions didn't really beat anybody with a winning record when they played them. So when the Lions played these teams, only 3 teams were 500 or better that the Lions beat those teams. And the Ravens were one of, they were 1-1 at the time. So for me, I agree that it's going to be tough based on their schedule. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be tough to judge. Just a lot of rebuilding teams, a lot of teams that are in the year such and such of a rebuild. You know what I mean? So the 6th easiest schedule is, I need to see it. I need to see what is that going to mean when we make the playoffs. But if we make the playoffs, like, let me know in the comment section below what you think. Let me see. That's so wild to think about. Get those likes up. Appreciate you, Alpha. Hey, Alpha, bro, I've been seeing you around, man. You got me rolling. You got me rolling, bro. You have been making your rounds in comment sections, and I love it. Keep doing your thing, bro. Bills is a must win. One thing about DC, he will get his get back. You know what? Let's talk about that. So the schedule release yesterday was kind of weird. It was a weird kind of release. I was expecting, I didn't think the Detroiters was very good. I didn't really like that schedule release. I think the last one that I really vibe with was the Madden. I think that was 2 years ago, the Madden release one. That one was kind of with the AI and all that stuff. That was decent. I think the year after that was the Detroiters, and I was like, what the heck? Yesterday, the Lions were, I like what they did, but it was also underwhelming. But knowing that, like, you could tell that the season affected this team because of the Lions video. Check this out. Hold on. All right. Now you're not going to be able to hear any sound. Okay, let me cue this up. Okay. Oh, okay. So I completely missed it. Bills is a must win. Let me see. Do you think we could lose Jack Campbell? Oh, monkey. Yo. I didn't look at the comment section on my videos, but that was another thing I wanted to talk. But I've really been tapped out. But I wanted to talk about what they're saying. Like, okay, do I think it's a possibility that we lose Jack Campbell? I think it's always a possibility. But you know what? I'm glad you said something, bro. I wish I could star comments like you can in StreamYard, because I want to talk about that. Forever says it was real blue collar, LOL. Yes, it was. Let me see. Glad to see that you've calmed down, Derek. I'm not a fan of Brad anymore. These last 2 drafts have sent us back to obscurity for years to come, in my opinion. Loving the Titans GM, Mike Borgazzi. Okay, so check this out. What up, Black? So I guess you could say I've calmed down. I guess you could say, but it's more of, I'm at a peace. So I guess I have calmed down, but I think I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace. And I think that peace, shout out to Charles, says how much pressure is on Gibbs with this $2 super chat. I appreciate you a lot. I'm at peace. I'm at peace with this team. I'm at peace with the regime. They got to win. That's it. They got to win. So, but I did see some things. I wanted to talk about it, but then I think about, I got to come downstairs. I got to turn on a computer. I got to make I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But heard on the last from a business, Rodwood asked for the schedule release, budget money back. Yeah, that's hey, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so let's have a conversation, because we didn't have this conversation. It's been a minute, man, but it's funny because I'm gonna get right back into it. All right, so let's do this because we didn't talk about it. A couple weeks ago, the Detroit Lions decided to pick up. They had a deadline. The entire NFL had a deadline, and to pick up the 2023 fifth-year options for the 2000 and 2023 first-year draft picks. And doing so, they decided to pick up Jahmyr Gibbs, but they did not pick up Jack Campbell. They didn't want to pick up Jack Campbell because he was going to get, if they had picked it up, almost $22 million a year, making one Pro Bowl, playing time, all of those things. Had he made a second Pro Bowl, they would have owed this man $26 million. Now, I made a video on Lion Syndicate of my thoughts about it, but we'll talk about it because there's been some information floating around that I think is very plausible, okay? And I want to get you guys' opinion. Now, don't get mad at me because I'm stating things that could happen, right? But there's kind of rumors going around that the Dallas Cowboys have made it very known that they would take Jack Campbell in a second, and they would pay this man. Now, for those of you who don't know how this is working, Jack Campbell's fifth-year option was declined, which means that a year from now, as of right now, he will not be a Detroit Lion, unless the Detroit Lions, A, franchise tag him, or B, give him a new contract. But as of this moment, because of neither one of those things have happened, he is a free agent next year, unrestricted. How rare is it that you see a first-round pick who has balled out of control and nowhere in the vicinity of bust status lead the team in tackles, and because the CBA commits to you paying this man, it's in the CBA. They put this language together. They made this happen. But because you don't want to honor that number, because he'll be the highest off the or inside linebacker or off the ball linebacker, whatever it is in the NFL, who cares about that? The man earned the money based on the CBA. So, but the Lions decided it's too steep for our blood. Okay, so we're going to try to get this contract done. Now, that was about 2 weeks ago. I think it was right after the draft. So we're going on 3 weeks since that happened. And I fully expect Jack Campbell to be signed. But is there a possibility Jack Campbell doesn't return? Absolutely. Because what the Lions have to understand, and you and I, we see Jack Campbell for what he is as a football player. There were jokes in the comment section about this guy would play football for free and he would do all of that. And all those things might be true. But it comes to a point where you, as a man, right, that you feel a level of disrespect. We've seen this disrespect with Zadarius Smith. There comes a time where you have to, sometimes, you know, you like, look, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna get my money regardless, but I don't like the way y'all treated me. So Devin Lloyd, a first round pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the same thing happened to him. Last year was year 4. This year, he is no longer a Jacksonville Jaguar. Now, we assume that Jack Campbell will play football for free. We assume that he wants to be a Detroit Lion. And maybe all those things are true. But the reality is he could also take offense to this, especially if the Detroit Lions do not pay him what he earned. Because put it in the comment section. If you did a job and if your job, it was set out by your employer in the contract that if you hit a certain criteria, you would get this money. Now, it also was in there that we have the option not to pay you that money, but if you do everything, I mean, how unlikely is that? If you are a star in your job and you do everything to earn this money, and then they tell you that we have elected not to pay you that, and they also tell you, you know what, we're going to try to make something happen. We are going to try to make something happen, and our intentions is to pay you what you earned one way or another, right? How would you feel? How would you feel? You did all of this and you made these goals, and they now decide because you earned that because think about this. Think about this, man. If Jack Campbell didn't make a Pro Bowl, then they would have picked up his 5th-year option. Like, you put these things in place for these players to do. It's in the CBA. If you didn't like it, change the CBA. Y'all made this the way it is. So my thought, and I said this on Lion Syndicate, is pay the man what he earned. Whether it's in a new contract or a signing bonus or whatever the situation, he deserves to make $22 million. He get $22 from somewhere. His market value, ladies and gentlemen, is $21 million. So the Lions are going to pay it one way or another. It's just a matter of how many years, but as long as he gets 21 point something million dollars, I'm fine with it. Whatever his contract is after that, I'm fine with it. As long as he gets what he earned. How often, put in the comment section, what was the last time you heard any first round pick, 5th-year option get declined and they were good? Usually the deal is already done. The deal is already done before it was done the same day. And so here's if I'm Jack Campbell, here's what I'm thinking about. You signed Penei Sewell to a 5th-year option the same day you extended him, and you made him the highest right tackle or the highest lineman, I think, in football at the time. You gave Amon-Ra St. Brown a 4th-round pick who is balling out of control. You gave him the highest paid. He was the highest paid receiver for like a day. And then Justin Jefferson was paid a little after that. You paid Aiden Hutchinson. I get Jahmyr Gibbs. I get that because you got the running back. You got all his was a lot cheaper at $14 million. And Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get 20-something million dollars. That's what they're probably going to be. But me, okay, I ball out. I lead the team in tackles. I'm everywhere. I'm your player, and you opt not to pay me. So if that's the case, as long as I get my money, we good. But if you come to me to bring this back to Dallas, because Jerry Jones will pay this man, he will pay him every dime to bring it back to, if you come to me with anything less than favorable, I got a decision to make, period. Because now I feel slighted. So that's my thoughts. Do I think Dallas would, and here's the bad part. I think Jack Campbell he'll look, I hate to say it, he'll look good in a Dallas Cowboy outfit. He really would. I already see it now. Everywhere. All over the field, tackling. I already see it. So all I got to say is, here's the honesty of the situation, is that Jack Campbell not returning to the Detroit Lions it's possible. I don't think that's going to be the outcome, but it's possible. It's really all up to him because he is not under contract for next season. So it's up to him. Also, the Lions need to pay him what he earned. That's it. And we know how the Lions are with money. We know how the Lions are. You asked for your sign it, Frank Ragnow. You wanted money back from him. You wanted money back from Calvin Johnson. Now you opt to not play or not pay a 5th-year option to a 1st-round pick who earned what he is supposed to get, what you're supposed to pay him. So since he earned it, you need to pay it. If not, Jack Campbell, and remember now, Jack Campbell, the decision is his. Outside of a friend, like the decision to sign a new contract is up to Jack Campbell. The decision to get franchise tagged is not. But so this is now so here's what the Lions did. They took it out of their hands and put it in his. The ball is now in Jack Campbell's court, and I hope he does what's best for his family, even if that means not being on the team. Because now you playing with my emotions. I come out here every day. I'm a dog. You extend the guy that was picked 6 spots ahead of me. But because the NFL put my position in this category, I earned this money, but you don't want to pay me? We got a problem. I better get every cent of my money that I earned. That's where if I'm Jack Campbell, that's where I'm at. Even if that means that I play for another team. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me see. Let me see. What did I leave? I'll be honest. Okay. Who are you going to get to replace Jack Campbell in middle? We still need a true middle linebacker. Let me see. Not a chance. We get 13-3. What's up, Deal? What's going on? Hey, bro. Feels weird being a season ticket holder, bro. It feels weird, man. So, yeah, bro. I might have to, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out which games I wanna, but the line, hey, they cracking down. Listen, I think something happened last season. I think something happened last offseason. Dang, man, we got 10 minutes left and I ain't even get to the schedule release. I need to get to that. So here's what I think. Okay. So the rumors are that the Lions are cracking down even more on selling tickets. That's the rumor. That's what everybody is saying. And I think I know why. They had a ridiculous amount of they had more turnover than they expected. It wasn't as much as maybe I would have thought, but according to Twitter and what people were saying, it was anywhere between like 4,000 and 6,000 seats that got filled. So that's only 8 to 10% of the capacity of the stadium. But that's a lot. And I think what happened was, I think that because of the disappointing last season and the disappointment from the 15-2 season. They getting a little in their feelings, and they like, listen, season ticket holders, you want to do this, then we gonna do it too. So, but it feels good, man. It feels good to see all the tickets and stuff there and all that. So I'm excited about that. Let me see. I think the Lions' problem was they did get too many good players, and we're not expecting all these payouts. As I said before, Brad was under pressure, so he put pressure on the players. Jack's getting paid like Sue. He moving to Florida or Texas. Let me see. It's the Calvin situation again. Who the Lions choose to be loyal to is crazy. We beat the Bears twice. Hopefully you can set up a pregame booth at Ford Field. That would be cool. You know what? Speaking of pregame booth, I miss Danny Rogers. I do, man. And it's kind of weird that they haven't replaced her. And I don't know if they're going to, because the guy from last night who did the schedule release, I don't think that he replaced Danny Rogers. Then they had Cynthia Freeland a couple of videos ago. So I don't know what's going on, man, but I miss Danny. Man. I think Danny was better than Tori. I don't know what it was. Danny had a little bit of ratchetness to her. You know what I mean? She has some grit. She had a little bit of, you can see, I could see Danny getting ratchet. And that's a compliment. Fave, you stupid, bro. You stupid. Note to self, he only reads short comments. No. Okay? No. All right? Here's how it works. It was, I can only see, okay, let me go now. I'm gonna go up to your comment so I can read it. Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 comments, starting with Braylon at 451 said, oh, and Faith at 453 says Danny Rogers was so fine. Yours is right there. Okay. So it's not that I only read short comments. I'm picking out ones to read just based on the quick eye test. Every so often I will see a bigger comment and read it, but it's not about not reading longer comments. Jack Campbell is one of the best run stoppers in the league. I want to know what's up with our linebacker coach, where he's still not any better versus the pass. So it's not that. It's just based. I can only see 8 to 10 comments at a time. Who is the X factor in the Pistons victory tonight? That is a great question. All right. I think it's going to be, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I mean, y'all put it in the comment section. I don't know. Yo, Grid, I think we are fooling ourselves. The NFC South going to be a cakewalk. The NFC South going to be a cakewalk. We not getting more than 10 wins. I mean, maybe. We going to get blown out a few games as well. Duran. I wanted to say, Duran, is Duncan Robinson playing? I know the list should come out in an hour. So, hey, Carolina is not going to be a pushover. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can only see a couple comments at a time. And in those comments, I have to pick one. And then by the time I pick one, if somebody else comments, it bumps the next one up. So I can't, and I don't scroll back. Only time I'll scroll back is if somebody uses a super chat. Otherwise, the chat keeps moving. So, I can be a slappy up to 12 wins, up to 11 to 12 wins is too many for me. Okay. All right. Hey, look, NFL said we got the 6th easiest schedule. Warren Sharp said we got the easiest. So, I mean, don't put it past. I got to, you know what? Let's get into it. Cause I was going to tell you if you didn't see the video yesterday. All right. So if I don't read your comment, it's because I'm doing a segment. All right. So don't be all mad and upset about it. Okay. All right. So the Detroit Lions schedule released, and we now know, we knew our opponents right after the season ended. Now we know when we play those games, and it's going to be exciting. The Lions have the sixth easiest schedule based off a certain criteria. Warren Sharp has us with the easiest schedule based off a different criteria. So the Detroit Lions, we know who we're going to play in. We're going to take a look at that right now. The schedule release is a big thing. I was irritated yesterday because the entire thing came out. The NFL had it set for 8 o'clock. The Lions had their reveal for 7:30 and it was out at 6. I get it, man, but it gets the fact that you can't have with the internet these days and social media, there's nothing secret. You would have to literally go off the grid to try to ignore everything. And I just wish we had an option. Maybe that's what I have to do for next year. But the Lions heard the noise. They understand the disappointment of the last 2 seasons. And this was their schedule release. Let's take a look at it. Here is the Detroit Lions schedule release for 2026. There's no sound. I didn't bring in the sound. First of all, I got to shout out Dan Campbell because the acting, his acting is top tier. Top tier. There's the video. That's it. Top. The acting is top tier. Because before we get into the win-loss record, I want to show you all what he had to do. Okay. So, and I know y'all like. So Dan Campbell knows this entire time that a camera's on him. And this is part of his acting. He's definitely stepped it up a notch. In this shot, he knows right now that this is part of the slide out, the turn. I mean, it's so natural. It's so natural. The get up. Now, here's what I like. Comes out. The cameraman is moving out. So they've rehearsed all of this. Doesn't look at the camera. It's not even there to him. Stick it on the board. Now, here's the cool thing, too. Notice that there is no camera behind him right now. So when they switch this shot to that shot, that could be a visual effect or it could be another camera behind him. But it looked like it was a visual effect, but absolutely phenomenal. Love it. This is their schedule release. That's all it was this. Now, this is the Detroit Lions opponents for 2026. And I'm going to give you what I think is going to happen. We went over this last night on Lion Syndicate. If you want to check that out, you guys can check out the full almost 2-hour version of what the three of us, the Syndicats, think that the video is going to, or the schedule, the record is going to be. Here's the crazy thing about it. And I think that this is I think everything happens the way it's supposed to. We have games. You got me, Don, and Mike. And all the Lions play on our birthdays. Every single one of our birthdays, the Lions play. So us coming together happened. It was probably like destined to happen. So I think that's a really cool. I didn't know that until yesterday. There's a game on everybody's birthday. So here's my thoughts. The gray are home games and the blue are road. The Detroit Lions have 4 primetime games. Their second game is a primetime game. Then they play 2 weeks later against the Carolina Panthers as a primetime game. Then they don't have another one until the end of the season, or the last month of the season. They play on Sunday Night Football on December 20th, and then ESPN, so that's Monday Night Football, a week later, and that's their last scheduled primetime game. The to be determined game against Green Bay at the end of the year is to be determined because of what implications could be for the division or for the playoff seeding. So we had more games on primetime last year. I'm not mad. So we've got 1 Thursday night game. We have 2 Sunday night games and 1 Monday night game. That's not bad. As far as Thursday night, due to, the regular schedule, of course, we got Thanksgiving on a Thursday. The bye week is week 6. Not a fan of that. I think we got in the last couple of years, we got a later bye week, like week 8 or week 9. That would be ideal. I'd rather have the late bye week than an early bye week, but week 6, I guess week 6 is better than week 5, but they did it to us again. I think the earliest you can have a bye week is week 5, but they gave us a super early one, which kind of sucks. So if we need to go, and I'll give you my record in a minute, we need to go a certain number heading into the bye week. And then we have the international game against the Patriots, November 15th. And that's pretty going to be, I think that game right there is probably going to be like the precipice of excitement for the rest or the season. So let me give you my thoughts of how this is going to go. I think that the Lions are going to, and we went over this yesterday, I'll just give you a quick rundown. I think the Lions got 13-4 potential. Here's off the rip. Early, my way too early is 13-4. We'll do another one right before the season. I think they beat the Saints. I think they lose to the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. I think they beat the Jets. Now, the Carolina Panthers is something I want you to see there. This is a Sunday night game. The Carolina Panthers made the playoffs. We did not. The Carolina Panthers did some things in the offseason. The NFL showing some respect to them, gave them a prime time game. I think that this game could be a game that the Lions lose, but I'm going to give them the win. So I think the Lions go before the bye week. I think they go 4-1. That's what I think they go. I think that they beat Green Bay at home. They do lose to Minnesota though. I don't know. I had to pick a letdown game and I picked Minnesota. They will beat the Dolphins. I think they will lose to the Patriots. They will lose to the Bucks. They will then go on a tear, and I don't think they lose again after that. I think they sweep the Bears. I think they beat the Falcons, the Titans, the second Minnesota Viking game, and they win the last two of the season. So I have them at the ceiling is 13-4. The floor is 11-6. And of course, this is the way too early schedule prediction. So I'm not very biased. I'm not biased at all, but I am going to be biased against the Bears. I hate the Chicago Bears, like with a passion. So I'm going to do something I never do. I'm just going to always pick against them. I consider myself fair. I've never picked because I hated a team, but that starts this year. As long as Ben Johnson is the coach of the Bears, I will never pick them. That's just it. I don't care if they could have an all-star cast, and I will never pick them to win this game. Any game they play against us, I will never pick them. I cannot stand the Chicago Bears. So here's something intriguing. Now, let me tell you games that I will try to go to. The Buffalo game, I don't know if you guys have seen the ticket prices, but they seem to have calmed down a wee bit. But when that game was released about a week ago or less than that, some of the prices were the cheapest spot to get in was almost $700. I really want to go to that game, so I'm considering trying to wait as long as possible to get into that game to go. I think that Buffalo is going to be like Kansas City, where you have to go, especially playing in the fall. So I might have to bite my pride and pay for a ticket. I just don't like the fact that they're charging that much. That's like extortion at this point. So we'll see. Maybe I can wait a little closer to the game and go then. What's another good one that I want to go to? I want to go back to Minnesota. I think that experience was super awesome. I like the stadium, stuff like that. I already went to Green Bay. It's unfortunate because I will not be attending the Chicago Bears game this year. The only way I can go to Chicago is if it's I would go if it's just under 30 or above freezing. I could go in and go, but the cold weather I just can't do. The Miami game, that one is intriguing, man. It really is. That is my birthday. So I'm only going to tell y'all guys like one time. So make sure you take a note of it. That game is one that I am considering going to. So it probably would be Buffalo, and then it wouldn't be another game until Miami. The Germany game, of course, I'm not going to be able to go there. Then we got the two home games. The Atlanta Falcons game is intriguing. It really is. But then I would have to turn around and go to the Minnesota Vikings game. So right now, just off the top, it could be maybe 3 to 4 games. Maybe 3 to 4. But it also depends on like the airports, man, and how they are and stuff like that. But if I had to prioritize one game, it's got to be Buffalo. Then I think Miami would be cool. But, you know, I'm not really an outdoor dude, but it should be winter. It's going to be like late fall. So maybe it'd be bearable. But Yeah, I think but Atlanta, I've never been to a Falcons game, so I might try to do that as well. Also, in the preseason games, I am probably going to go to all three of those. You've got the one at Ford Field, and then you have, like I said earlier in the stream, you have the two that are close, Cincinnati, so I can knock out two birds with one stone. I can go to Paycor Stadium, and then I could also, I've already been to Lucas Oil. It was a pretty good stadium, man. I wouldn't mind going again. And the drive is like 4 hours, so I probably would go to those two. So right now, I'm looking at Bills priority number one, and then probably real talk is the Vikings. And you notice how we seem to be playing the Vikings somewhere around Christmas. Like they've done this for a couple of years now. 2 year when we won our first division title in 2023. In 2023, it was literally the day after Christmas, right? Last year in 2025, it was Christmas, and this year is the 20th. So it seems like they've been doing this on purpose, and it seems like it's always going to be 3 divisional games in the month of December. We have 3 divisional. Three of our last 4 games are divisional games. So I've got the Lions 11-6 to 13-4. Of course, that's the way too early prediction. You'll get another one after the preseason when we see what our team finally is and what they look like. Just kind of a eye test, and we'll go from there. But let me know what you think down in the comments below, and how many games do you intend to go to. All right. With that being the case, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Charles with the super chat. Says, be real, when DC done, you think Hollywood in his future. No, I do not. I don't, bro. Because Dan Campbell is only Hollywood because of the Lions. Look, I see Dan Campbell moving somewhere where there's no cell service, there's no TVs. Like, I just see him and his wife hit some type of remote off-grid place. I just think when Dan Campbell calls it quits, I think I don't think Hollywood is in his future. So with that being the case, man, I appreciate you guys. Real said I paid $6.95 for Lions Bills last year. And that was, wait, Real, you mean in 2024? $6.95? Yo, wow. So Kelly, what up? What's going on? Good to see you. All right. So here's the thing. This is what really grinds my gears. And this includes Ford Field. To get to the NFC Championship game in California, the ticket was less than $700. It was $590. $590 is what the NFC title game was. So when I look at a team, Lions included, that are charging less than the NFC Championship game, it's tough. It's tough because the one at Ford Field was double that. To get in the building, if it would have been at Ford Field, was double that because they had the prices like it would have been double that. To get there would have been ridiculous. So for me, it's hard. It's hard, man. And another thing too is the fact that the Buffalo Bills fans are they're taking advantage of this. Like for instance, I'm probably going to sell my Thanksgiving ticket and I'm going to make them fair. I'm not going to be ridiculous. I mean, I'm in the threes, bro. I'm sitting, it's not like I'm lower bowl or anything like that, but I'm going to price them fair. I'm not going to be something ridiculous. Have y'all seen what they cost? Oh, last year home opener. The Bills? We played the Bills last year. Last year home opener. Let me see. Aaron says, yo, D, I think you should definitely go to the Bills game, especially since it'll be good weather up there. How many chances do you think? I know, bro. But it's tough, man. I mean, look. Okay. I'll do this. My wife is up there. We're supposed to be going walking. So let me get done with this. All right. I'm gonna tell you, let's see if they've changed. And I'll tell you why. Like, it's hard, man. I'm one of those guys. I'm a real petty dude. You know what I mean? And I just don't like being taken advantage of. Even if and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, man. All right, so let's do this. And let me show you. Okay. But you're right. Wow, they got the. Oh, wait a minute, dog. See. Okay. I see what they doing. Okay. Yo, all right, listen. To get to, I thought you said Bills, man. My bad. So to get to Kansas City, my Arrowhead's tickets were less than $400. And I sat in the lower bowl. So I'm going to wait. But okay, all right, there's been a little bit of an update. Okay, let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, then we'll wrap up the show. All right, so I went here a couple of days ago, right after they announced, can I get rid of this? Right after they announced the games. And right here, I don't know, I doubt this ticket is sold. There was a ticket right around here that was $3,000. Look at this stuff, man. Look at this. $658. And they don't even show you what it looks like. So maybe it's too early, or maybe they don't know because they haven't been in the stadium. Look at this, man. But some of these tickets were $5,000 or $6,000 just a few days ago. This is ridiculous. No. Look at them trying to slide in and get me to buy something. Where's the ticket that was $18,000? Now, this one here, I mean, that's a little better. That's a wee bit better. It was a ticket over here that was 18 grand. It was somewhere in, I think it was over here. It was over here. It was $18,000. So, I mean, I completely expect them to go down. But let me ask y'all this. Let's say you were me. What is the most you would pay? Hey, you know what, bro? So Corey, that's 100%. I'm gonna tell you why I would pay that. Well, why I would consider going is, and I would recommend this to everybody. We'll wrap up the show. I recommend this to everybody. If you have a chance to go to an away game, go. I don't care which one it is. And then if you get the itch to go to more, then go to one of them hype stadiums. Kansas City, by far, is the best experience I've had away at an away game, both times. I suspect that Buffalo will be just like that. Now, Highmark, they had the parking lot space, right? I don't know if because it was like in the middle of I don't know if I think they built it right across the street, so maybe it's going to be the same at the new Highmark or whatever it's called. But the experience, I mean, when the Lions win, it makes it that much better. But the whole thing, bro, from the experience starts when you leave home. When you leave home, if you're flying, you see other Lions fans. If you're driving, you see other Lions fans. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the entire thing. Now, is it cheap? No, because then you got hotels, you got airfare, you got all that stuff. But that's why if they win, it feels like it was worth it. If they lose, then you like, I paid all this money. But I had a thought as well. I don't know how this is going to happen. The higher and higher the salaries, the higher and higher tickets. Well, you know what? So here's the thing, though, Kelly. Those are resale tickets. That's fans doing. Those are fans doing that. Fans are doing that. There was a ticket up there that was $18,000. A ticket to the nosebleed. As a matter of fact, I want to see something. I want to see, because I'm glad I got the proof. I'm glad I got the proof. Then we'll wrap up the show. All right. So let me bring this in. Okay. And somebody put into my comment section that in Canada, this type of stuff is illegal. It should be illegal. It should be a cap, or it should be illegal. It should be a penalty or a crime to charge this type of money. Okay, I'm waiting on me to zoom in so I can pause this. Okay. Okay, so check this out. So here is, and we're gonna go over both. We're gonna go over both. Let me cue this up again. All right, watch this, y'all. See, this is what I was talking about. Just the fact that it was like this is diabolical. So this is me looking. When was this? May the 12th. So this was 3 days ago. 3 days ago. This same exact website, which is Game Time. 3 days ago, section 433. You see it? Section 433. Now you can't see these prices, so I'll tell you. 433, 437. This price is it's $892. This here, you can't see it. $2,930. 1 and 435. This ticket, $2,778 per ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Per ticket. Now, let's go and compare those same two spots, 437 and 435. Now, this is 3 days later. 435. Look at that. Look at this. $600. Where's the $3,000 ticket? You think somebody bought it? No, nobody bought it. No, nobody bought it. What about this here? You think somebody bought 18? This fool is still here. He's still here. And that's $1,000 off. $1,000. And the 8,000. Oh, hold on. Wait. Because I want to know where the $8,000 ticket was. The 18,000. Where was the $18,000 ticket? Oh, there it was. Here it is. 110. 110 is where the $18,000 ticket was. Look at this. You think somebody bought that ticket? No, nobody. Look at this, man. $18,000. Ridiculous. These are going to go down too. Ain't nobody buying this. So what I might do, build, let me see, what'd you say? Build it into STH, because if you sell your tickets one or more or two times, you forfeit. No, okay. So here's what's going to happen. The only tickets that I intend to sell, and if somebody, the first thing I'm going to do, so I'll put this out there for y'all, and then I promise we'll wrap up the show, but we had a lot of catching up to do. If you are interested in a ticket, most of my transactions will be under the table. Okay. And what I mean by that is, I have to transfer you the ticket, right? So that's the only time I have to be very selective with that, because I can't meet, if I'm not going in, I can't meet you at the stadium and do it, right? But I'm only going to, the only tickets I intend to do that to is the Thanksgiving game. That's it. And you can't even transfer your tickets either. They take that, transferring is the same. So they really want you to go to the games. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll probably only not go to one, no more than two. That's probably what I would do. Yes, Kelly, those are resale. So here's what I'll do. Now that I see that the prices are going down, I will start scouting places, looking to places, maybe to stay. Usually I do Airbnbs, but I wouldn't mind doing a hotel and stuff like that. So as we get closer, maybe what I'll do is August. Maybe I'll do it as late as, because I probably need a good 3 weeks for airfare to be affordable. Like, I'm probably gonna look and do that. So I don't know, man. I mean, I paid about $400 to go to Kansas City. I sat on a lower bowl. I'm not doing. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, six is a lot. 6 is a lot. That's a lot. So anyway, yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate you guys. Spike Kool-Aid will return. And yeah, man, I will see you in a little while. Where's what happened to, oh, here we go. Yeah. So with that being the case, man, I will see y'all soon, man. And it's all love to the crunch time guys. I just think they were doing fine by themselves. All right, I'll see you soon.
and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
The name of the song that plays at the end is called The Detroiters Theme. It's from a group called Distinct Life. It was on the Detroiters TV show that was on Comedy Central back in the day. The opening song is called This Is Where We Come From, or Where We Come From Lecrae. I just saw you guys commented and before I hit end stream. Hope that helps.